baby bubblegum, it's the bubblegum bop.
I want to see a dollar amount. And by the way, since I got everybody's attention, call for the question.
Has been called.
Councilor Bell.
I've been quiet for a while. Can you hear me, by the way? I'm here.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I've been quiet for a while, and I'm formulating this opinion. First of all, I want to say that I'm absolutely thankful that this council, this city council, statutorily has an opportunity to do something positive for our county, to be involved in this county tax council. That is how it is designed. And for some people to say it's a county problem or it's a city problem, no, it's a community problem. We have an underfunded criminal justice system, and it is a community problem. The jail project does need to move forward. It does need some additional funding to do that. It was short-sighted on the part of the county council to not fund the second part of what they need. The leaders who have spoken for this are people who I hold in the highest esteem. We're talking about a sheriff, a 4-term sheriff. The judges who are all of them, very amazing people, one of the most successful prosecutors in the history of Indiana. And they're just absolutely amazing people. And they all are supporting us because they understand the importance of public safety and what this does to advance our community. I'm not convinced that we can't use this for property tax relief in the future. And I can't worry about other taxing entities keeping our circuit breaker at one, or our tax rate at 1%. But if they would follow suit and find alternative funding sources, we could get our circuit breaker factor reduced, which is a key thing that we can do as fiscal officers. We do a lot of things for our school. Ms. Crumes, just 2 years ago, we passed a $55 million bond. And I'm glad we did, because our schools are important, and they're full of wonderful people in the future of our community. I didn't hear any talk from the county council until tonight about using rainy day funds or a PSAP tax for an alternative to this problem. They waited till now to talk about that. And they've really left it up to us as a city council to help solve a problem for our county. All the other, not all of them, but several other towns and communities throughout the county have come out and said, hey, we're for this, unanimously for this, we need this. And I'm proud to stand with public safety and to vote yes.
Councilor Cole.
You have to unmute. I didn't want you to start talking and have to do it later.
So I feel like I've kind of expressed some of my thoughts earlier. Either way, this is a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation. Like I said before, there's no question in my mind that we have a major problem, not just in the city, but in this county. I have spoken to several, many that kind of, like what Lindsay said, didn't even know or understand what this is. We're elected to represent people in this city and are given information, and then we are basically told that we are then to take that information and figure it out and try to make the best decision for our area. Some of the people that, that I have spoken to that don't support it, have very valid reasons. You know, nobody wants to raise taxes. I have spoken to some that do support it because we do have to take care of our public safety. I've spoken to some that don't support it because, frankly, we haven't even figured out what we're doing with the $23 million that's sitting there for us. So what are we going to do with this? But I think that falls, I've heard this multiple times now from other council members in other communities. I've spoken to 4 or 5 different council members from different communities, and they all have a more hands-on input in what they do with the money. And we kind of made that clear with the $23 million that we want more input, and I think that's what we're going to have to be more forthright as we go forward to make sure I express that. I think it's up to us to make sure there is a plan, and for anybody that's going to run for office again in the future, which is in a couple of years, we're going to have to make sure that we understand what that plan is and that we can express that. Anyway, you know, I kind of got made fun of because I struggle with these decisions, but I don't feel like I should get made fun of for struggling with these decisions, because I do, because they do affect every single person. But I reached out to somebody that has been around a long time, and I asked him what his thoughts on this were, and I asked him, you know, he's been around a while, and if he were here, what would he do, and why would he do it? And frankly, he spoke the words that I have been leaning towards and I have felt strongly about. And even frankly, when I ran for state representative, some of the things that I said, that is that we can't act like an island unto ourselves. We have to band together in order to tackle these problems. And the fact that he said that to me, he didn't know what I was looking for, and he's somebody that's going to speak truth, whether I like it or not. And he said, you know, we're part of a community, and I appreciated that. But it's going to fall on this council's back to make sure that money is spent wisely. I believe that no matter what we did here, the jail's going to get built. That's important to acknowledge. But as far as the tax goes, if we're gonna vote something in, then this is the one. I mean, you know, I've already gotten some hate messages about this. So, but I know I've had several people that have also said to me that no matter what I vote, they're going to respect that because they're going to understand that I put some time and effort into it. Anyway, all that to say, I'm going to vote yes for this.
Counselor Lynch.
I was first elected to council, I believe, before anybody sitting here. And this problem has never come up for the council that I was on. And when we first had the idea, I was much in favor of it. I talked to a couple of people that said some things on here this evening, and they led me to an opinion that is definitely different. I don't believe that Madison County Council should have any final say in any money spent on this project, and therefore I am going to vote no.
Counselor Dixon.
Let me say that public safety is top issue, and so is the Madison community school system. Now, the jail, we all know, is in very bad shape over there, and that's endangering the safety of everybody that's incarcerated and the workers over there. And in terms of the courts, we need the courts to find ways to issue programs to help those, try to keep them from going to jail. And also, when they have paid their debt to society, then they should be able to come out, and those expungements and other programs then help them get a job, get back in, and be responsible and take care of their families. Now, I like to see all this energy put into diversity in the jails, diversity in the courts, diversity in the school system, and the Anderson schools is lousy when it comes to diversity. Now, at the jail, there are 50 officers, and only 5 out of the 5, there are 5 blacks, 4 male and 1 female. And now we get to talking about, like I said, we see people be able to get jobs once they get out of that jail. And I want to see this same enthusiasm when it comes to the council pitching in and having they say so at the school board meetings. And I'm going to give those who feel that I should, or whomever votes for this a chance. Let's see who get voted out. So if you want to be an opponent of mine, then welcome. You're welcome. So I'm going to vote yes.
Counselor Newman.
You know, the public safety. It started in my family with my grandfather back in the 30s and early 40s. Then we talk about my parents. Then we talk about my brother. Then it trickles down to me, the baby of the family. So public safety is very important. I don't like the figures. I don't like how this panned out to begin with. We shouldn't be hearing this. They got to know. I vote no.
Counselor Stevenson.
I've said this a couple times, but I think what we do for the county only is good for the city and vice versa. So I'm voting yes.
Counselor Crumes.
Well, I would like to explain my vote. First of all, I would like to tell Councilor Bell that school bond was a construction bond. So the teachers and the students got very little of that, if any. That's why I was not for that bond, because it didn't go where it was really, really needed. And that's why we're in the shape we're in now. And number 2 is we keep talking about the jail, and this is about raising taxes. And it's also about wishes and wants that everybody has said that they would like to see and that they would implement, but that all hinges on that legislative body in the county and in the city. And there's no mistake about how the governing bodies govern. There's no way that you can be assured that any of those programs are going to get approved. They all might could, and they all might could not. There's no assurance that people will be hired. None of that is assured. We've been down this road before, like I said, with Bingham. We could use that. That's a public safety hazard right there. And we're dragging our feet on that, as far, in my opinion. But the point I'm trying to make is, if we're voting yes because we think these things are going to be done and going to be approved by the county council, because the city only will have access to that $3 million, and we can write ordinances and we can try to control that money if we want to, but I think if you're honest with ourselves, you will have to admit that we will probably have little or no say whatsoever. But I'm going to vote no, because it is raising taxes, and it's raising taxes on the retirees, on the people who make the less amount of money. And like Ms. Townsend said, even the people who are on assistance still have jobs. Some of them work part-time jobs. That's just assistance. So these are the most vulnerable, especially our retirees. Our shortfalls are coming next year. goods have went up, gas is going up, utilities will be going up, rest assured. And I think we're doing a disservice to our public by not even being able to engage with them like we should, because we've taken up most of the time and we have not heard from the majority of the citizens. And like someone said earlier, half of them, I believe it was Lindsey Brown, said there's people that don't even know we're even voting tonight. And this is too big of a step to take and not engage with the public. And this last minute stuff is a red flag. If you read any best practices in governance, we should never do anything in a hurry or in a rush or with our backs up against the wall. We've been down this road before. So again, my vote is no.
Thank you. Before I vote, I'm just going to be brief and say that in all my years on the council, I weigh every vote. With a lot of concern and communication. I'm having trouble recalling a vote any more difficult because I see the pros and cons on both sides, so I have to go with what my gut and my heart's telling me, and I'm going to vote yes.
President Benz.
No. Resolution 1421 has passed this council by a 5-4 vote. Waits the signature of each one of us, whether pro or con. If you could come by the clerk's office or make arrangements with the clerk, she'd greatly appreciate it.
Yes, I would.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's the bubblegum bomb, the bubblegum bop. Chew it up, chop, chop, blow it up, make it pop. Till the cats way pop, keep the baby bubblegum.